Mary's act of worship as she anoints Jesus' feet with oil is incredibly courageous. It is a beautiful, bold act of worship, but it is also utterly ludicrous. As Mary steps forward and begins to do this wildly extravagant act, she begins to attract a lot of attention. From the moment she sits at his feet, every eye in the room was on her. And as she began to pour this perfume on his feet, the whispers started. Why is she doing this? What a waste. No, we can't know what was going on in Mary's heart or in her mind in that moment, but I imagine it must have been pretty terrifying. She's so in love with Jesus that she had to do this wild, extravagant thing. So she runs, she gets the costliest thing in the house, and she begins to pour it at Jesus' feet. But I wonder whether halfway through she's suddenly going, everyone's looking at me. She can hear these voices, she hears their criticisms. And then Judas's voice comes to her loud and clear. Why such a waste? This money could have been used for the poor. I wonder whether she suddenly goes, I never thought of that. I just wanted to worship Jesus, but I never thought of that. What if this is absolutely the wrong thing to be doing? And then Jesus' voice comes out louder and clearer than any other, and he silences the room. Leave her alone. He utterly protects her, and not just protects her, but honors her and turns her into a model disciple. She has done a beautiful thing. See, for Mary, this was absolutely the right thing to do, but it was also incredibly terrifying, incredibly vulnerable, and totally exposing. And we hate to be exposed. For Mary, as she sat there, the only person she could see was Jesus, but she could hear all of the voices, all of the criticisms. And yet, she kept her eyes on him and continued with her act of worship. And somehow she becomes the model disciple. Judas's criticism actually makes a lot of sense. This money could have been used to do all kinds of things. But yet for someone so in love as Mary, it doesn't make sense at all. The only thing that could be done with that perfume was that it would be poured on Jesus' feet. See, the gospel is a love story, and worship is an act of love. I wonder how many of us have become too sensible, too logical. And like the other men in the room, we're constantly asking questions. Couldn't this have been done better? Couldn't this money have been used for this? We become obsessed with our missional strategy, and we forget that the heart of the gospel is a love story. Jesus utterly protects Mary. As we read this story today, I wonder, where are you in that room? Are you like Mary, totally caught up in this, totally lost at Jesus' feet? And although you may hear the criticisms around you, you continue to look to him? Or have we become a bit like Judas and the other men in the room, too logical, too sensible, too critical? Sometimes Jesus doesn't just want projects, he wants perfume.